Hope you're all fine. In the previous classes, I taught you about noun, pronoun, and adjective. So today's topic is verb, a very important part of parts of speech. So let's start. First, what is verb? A verb is a word or a combination of words that indicates action or a state of being or condition. A verb is a part of a sentence that tells us what the subject performs. Verbs are the hearts of English sentences. Examples: Jacob walks in the morning. A usual action, walks. Someone is walking actually. Mike is going to school. It's a condition. Someone is going to school. Albert does not like to walk. It's a negative action. Does not like. Anna is a good girl. A state of being. How is she? State of being. She's a good girl. Verbs are related to a lot of other factors like the subject, person, number, tense, mood, voice, etc. Next, different types of verbs: finite verbs, non finite verbs, action verbs, linking verb, auxiliary verbs, and modal verbs. So, let's start with finite verbs. Finite verbs are the actual verbs which are called the roots of sentences. It is a form of a verb that is performed by or refers to a subject and uses one of the 12 forms of tense and changes according to the number person of the subject. Do you know what are the 12 forms of tense? They are actually simple, continuous, present continuous, and present perfect continuous, and all for present, past, and future. 4 into 3, 12. Simple. Okay, few examples of finite verbs. Alex went to school. Now here the subject is Alex performed the action in the past. This information is evident only by the verb went. Okay, if I say Alex goes to school, that means goes, it's present tense. And Alex will go to school, that would be future. But if I say went to school, that means it is past. Next, Robert plays hockey. Simple present. He is playing for Australia. Is present continuous. Is playing. ing. He is one of the best players. Here the verb is directly refers to the subject itself. Who? He is. Second one, non-finite verbs. They are actually not verbs. They do not work as verbs in the sentence, rather they work as nouns, adjectives, adverbs, etc. Non-finite verbs do not change according to the number person of the subject, because these verbs, they are also called verbals, do not have any direct relation to the subject. Sometimes they become the subject themselves. The form of non-finite verbs are infinitive, gerund, and participle. And participles become finite verbs when they take auxiliary verbs. Examples: Alex went abroad to play. Infinitives. Playing cricket is his only job. It's playing cricket. It's present participle. It's one kind of, what I can say, noun maybe. I have a broken bat. How is the bat? It's broken. I'm describing the bat. That means it is actually an adjective, not a verb. Past participle. Now walking is a good habit. Walking, it's gerund. Walking. It's a noun. It's a concept of walking. It's not a verb. Number 3, action verbs. Action verbs indicate what the subject of a sentence performs. Action verbs can make the listener or reader feel emotions, scenes more vividly and accurately. Action verbs can be transitive or intransitive. Number 1, transitive verbs. These verbs must have a direct object. A transitive verb demands something or someone to be acted upon. What and whom. Example: I painted the car. The verb paint demands an object to be painted. What is the object? The object is the car. She is reading the newspaper. Here the verb read asks the question, what is she reading? The answer is newspaper. The object. Next, intransitive verbs. They do not act upon anything. They may be followed by an adjective, adverb, preposition, or another part of speech. Example: she smiled. The verb smile cannot have any object, since the action of smiling does not fall upon anything or anyone. I wake up at 6 am. No object is needed for this verb. Note: subject plus intransitive verb is sufficient to make a complete sentence, but subject plus transitive verb is not sufficient because transitive verbs demand a direct object. Next one, linking verb. A linking verb adds details about the subject of a sentence. In its simplest form, it connects the subject and the complement, that is, the word that follow the linking verb. It creates a link between them instead of showing action. Often, what is on each side of a linking verb is equivalent. The complement redefines or restates the subject. Generally, linking verbs are called be verbs, which are am, is, are, was, were, and also will be, shall be for future. However, there are some other verbs which can work as linking verbs. Those verbs are act, feel, remain, appear, become, seem, smell, sound, grow, look, prove, stay, taste, etc. Some verbs in the list can also be action verbs. To figure out if they are linking verbs, you should try replacing them with the forms of be verbs. If the changed sentence makes sense, that verb is a linking verb. Example, she appears ready for the game. Actual meaning is she is ready for the game. The food seemed delicious. That means the food was delicious. You look happy. That means you are happy. You can see appears, seemed, look. They sit in place of is, was, and are respectively. Number 5. Auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are also called helping verbs. An auxiliary verb extends the main verb by helping to show time, tense, and possibility. The auxiliary verbs are be verbs have and do. Have verb means have, has, and had. Be verbs, as I already told you, am, is, are, was, were, and will be, shall be. And do means do, does, did, done. Okay, they're used in the continuous or progressive and perfect tenses. Linking verbs work as main verbs in the sentence, but auxiliary verbs help main verbs. Do is an auxiliary verb that is used to ask questions, to express negation, to prove emphasis, and more. Few examples: Alex is going to school. The main is going, main verb. Is helping, I mean auxiliary verb. They are walking. The main verb is walking. The people are walking. But helping verb is are. I have seen a movie. Here the main verb is see. Past participle form is seen. And the helping verb is have. Next, do you drink tea? Drink is the main verb. Do is the helping verb. Don't waste your time. Waste is the main verb. Do not or don't is the helping verb. Please do submit your assignments. Submit is the main verb and do is the helping verb. Okay, the last but not the least, modal verbs. The modal verb is a kind of an auxiliary verb. It's very related, it's almost the same. It assists the main verb to indicate possibility, potentiality, ability, permission, expectation, and obligation. Few modal verbs are can, could, must, may, might, ought to, shall, should, will, would, etc. They also known as friends of not because they all sit before not. You can cannot, could not, must not, may not, might not. You all have heard all these things actually. Few examples: I may want to talk to you again. They must play their best game to win. She should call him. I will go there. The first example, I may want to. I mean, it's a possibility maybe. Next, they must. I mean, you have to. Obligation, you have to do it. They must play. She should. It's also one kind of possibility and expectation. And I will go there. It's also an expectation. These are modal verbs. So these are the verbs and its types. I hope you all have thoroughly seen the video and in detail actually. And I'm gonna send you a few exercises on verb, and you all have to send me those answers to my WhatsApp personally as soon as possible. Thank you so much.